What's up, my loves? It's your girl, Erica V, and you are tuned into Freedom Podcast, where we celebrate you living life happy, healthy, and what? Free. What's up, my loves? It's your girl, Erica V, and you are tuned into Freedom Podcast, where we celebrate you living life happy, healthy, and what? Free. Listen, it is September the 4th, 2023. And do you want to know what the word is? Do you want to know what the word is? The word for tonight is the art of boundaries. Let me say it again. The word for tonight is simply this: the art of boundaries. Listen, let's talk about it. Talking about boundaries is one of the great topics that I like to talk about, simply because we don't realize that in our everyday life, we have to have boundaries on our job. We have to have boundaries in church. We have to have boundaries in friendships. We have to have boundaries in our relationships. We have to have boundaries in our everyday life. And a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of people don't really understand why they're stressed or why they're frustrated or why they're angry or why they feel like their life is just so toxic or, just a lot going on. Well, I'm one of those people that I had to learn how to set up boundaries within my family, within my friends, within my, dating life. I had to learn to set up boundaries. Now, for example, when it comes to meeting new people, you have to learn to set up boundaries. Reason being is, let's say you have a friend and you're dating somebody and you're in a relationship, or you're married. I'm not even gonna say in a relationship, or you're engaged to be married or something like that. Or you can say in a relationship, a serious relationship. One of the things that I always like to tell people is you have to know what to tell people and what not to tell people. If you know you're going to stay with a person, then you have to be mindful of what you tell your family, because in most cases, people will use those very words against you. And you have to be mindful of what you're telling them. You have to be mindful of the boundaries you put in between when it comes to you and your family and your relationship. You have to be mindful, because it's okay to allow some opinions, but you have to be mindful of too many opinions, or you have to be mindful of people overstepping their boundaries when it comes to their opinion. But you also have to be mindful of the things that you tell people. You have to be mindful of, knowing when enough is enough, when is too much information. But when it comes down to that, is reason being I say this because let's say you have a situation where you take your significant other back. And when you tell your family too much information, now when it come down to abuse and all that right there, listen, I'm against abuse, period. But I will say, if you and your significant other is having a situation where you both are, having a conversation, you both could be mad at each other. You mad. Sometimes you say stuff you really don't mean. Sometimes you say stuff out of emotions, which you have to be careful for that as well. But you have to be mindful not to tell your family and your friends so much of the personal business of it, the exact words he said, the exact words that he, said to you. And the reason why I said it is, a lot of times you're not really telling your family what you did. You're telling your family what that person did, or, how that person reacted, but your family don't necessarily know what you did. So you have to be mindful of that, because a lot of times you can forgive a person, but your family never will, which can cause frustration and just different things like that, and just toxic situations. But let me say another thing is, you have to be mindful of what you tell friends, period, as well. Because one of the things that I realize is, I'm one of those people where if I'm at church, I'm at church. I'm at home, I'm at home. I'm very mindful of the information I give people. I'm very mindful of, this is how I feel. I'm very private when it comes to me dating, when it comes to who I'm talking to, when it comes to, me knowing you at church and me knowing you at home. I just feel like in most cases, you have to learn to keep your church life separate from your personal life. You have to know how to balance the two. Everybody should know your business. Everybody should not know who you're talking to. Everybody should not know who you're dating. Okay. I just feel like, until you both say, well, we about to get married. Okay, cool. But we have to learn that we have to set up boundaries, because you may do something at home that, a person's not used to you doing. And they're like, is that the same person? Which I'm not saying is you sinning, but I'm saying that sometimes, it's just different levels to a person. It's different levels from you at work. You get what I'm saying? So I could be professional and totally different at work. Which, hello, my name is Erica. Da, 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 da. But when I'm at home, I'm myself. I'm able to, when I'm at work, I have to be careful of how I articulate certain words. But when I'm at home, I'm like, hey, girl, like, what's up, child, honey? What you doing? Da, 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 da. So you have to be, everybody should know you on certain levels. So I feel like when you're at work, you're at work. When you're at home, you're at home. When you're at church, you're at church. So what I mean is you have to be careful, because when you tell a person too much of your information, a lot of times the information will get brought back up. Now you're wondering like, man, I done told this person all my business. Let me tell you something. It is important to have boundaries. Okay? It's important to have boundaries. I'm going to only, listen, when I leave church and the people know they can call me for whatever, or when I leave work, people know they can call me for whatever. But when I'm at home, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I may not talk to you the same way I would talk to you at church. Or I may be like, girl, honey, child. You know how a lot of times we feel like, okay, I know we know we're living for God. But you still have to have balance in your life, meaning you can talk to an evangelist at church, or you can talk to, a man of God at church, but when you go out in the world, guess what? Hey, how you doing? Hey, sis, I love you. You can still be your authentic self. So I feel like in your life, you have to learn to have balance. Even when it comes to relationships, being in relationships, you have to have boundaries. Now, I'm gonna split something down the middle, because when you marry, it's kind of different. But when you are in a relationship, a person should respect your boundaries. Or when you dating, a person should respect your boundaries. I may say, yeah, I like you, but I'm not ready for sex. Or I like you, or I'm not ready to come over your house. Or I like you, but I'm not quite ready to, just be spending the night at your house. That's a boundary that I have set up for myself, because I know me. I know what I'm capable of. I know what my flesh is wanting to do. So I set up a boundary so I won't find myself backsliding or find myself in a place where I'm 10 steps behind when I'm trying to go forward. So that's why setting up boundaries are important. It doesn't mean you're stuck up. It doesn't mean I think I'm all that. It doesn't mean, hey, you just so saved that you can spend the night. No, I know me. So if I'm a person that used to be sexually active a lot, and I say, okay, no, I'm not about to, go out with you. I'm not gonna spend out of your house, and I just feel more comfortable. That is a boundary that you have. So anybody that you're dating, let me tell you something. If you tell somebody and they know you say that, hey, I don't think I'm going to come over your house because, I don't feel comfortable. I care about you. Yes, I like you. And they have a problem with that, then that's not the person for you. Some people literally only want what's in between your legs, people, man and woman. So you have to be careful and set up boundaries. If I know I'm a saved woman of God, there are certain things that I know I ain't going to be able to do, babe. I used to be a hot girl, so I know, listen, don't invite me over, sir. I'm not coming, because I know me. I know me, and you know you. So that is a boundary that I have. Nothing wrong with that. You just protecting yourself. Secondly, when it comes to, or I'm going to say even when you're engaged, I've never been engaged. I'm going to say this. Boundaries are important, because let's say you're dating a man and the man that you're used to dating, you used to arguing with him. Okay, but this particular man you're dating, he say, listen, I don't argue. I'd rather us talk the situation out. I don't like for you to call me little boy. I don't like for you to say certain things to me. I don't like you to talk to me that type of way. So I appreciate if you don't talk to me like that. So with that being said, that is a boundary that he has. So we have to learn the art of boundaries. I love boundaries. Listen, tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me if I am saying something that offends you. I always tell people, if I offend you, tell me. Let me know what your boundary is so I'll know, because my boundary may not be your boundary. What I feel like I can take may not be what you can take. What I find is a joke may not be what you find is a joke. What I feel like, I'm used to doing with the next guy may not be what I can do with this guy that I'm dating now. So you have to learn the art of boundaries. Tell a person what your boundaries are. Listen, I'm not about to do that. No. You can't call me that. I'm going to tell you something. Since I've been saved, I literally have to correct people all the time, because back in the day, you know how we say, yeah, girl, this, and then, back in the day we call each other this and then the other, which was outside of our name. Ladies, if you know, you know. But now that I'm saved, and I talk to people that that I've known before I was saved, and they have that same tone, where I have to tell them, listen, hey, I'm a saved woman of God now. So I would appreciate if you don't call me out my name. That is a boundary that I have. That is a boundary that you have no other choice but to respect. Now, I'm going to tell you my boundary. If you don't like my boundary, then that's cool too. But it's my choice to say whether or not I want to continue to deal with you. If you tell a person, listen, this is my boundary, I'm going to tell you something. I always tell, when I'm getting to know a guy, it's certain things that turn me completely off. Person that talk about sex, it turned me completely off, because as an adult, we both know what adults do. But a person that is always talking about this, like, listen, Linda, I know it's something else that we can talk about, So you have to be mindful. Set up boundaries. It's okay to say no. I'm going to tell you something. Last year, I was always the person to say yes. I would put my plans behind somebody call me. Can you do this? Yes. I would do this. Yes. Now I don't do that. Now I think about it before I even respond. It may take me a day or two to even say yes. But one thing about it is I'm learning to set boundaries. No, I'm not going to get up out of my sleep. No, I'm not finna stop what I'm doing to do what you want me to do. No, I'm not finna to just jump when you want me to jump. No. I already have plans. And guess what? I have something that I'm doing. But guess what? If I have the time, I don't mind doing it for you. But I would definitely get back to you. We have to learn the art of boundaries, because if you don't have any boundaries, people will treat you any kind of way. People will say anything to you. People will disrespect you to the highest level if you allow them to. One thing about me, I'm sweet all across the board. I'm sweet to everybody on my job, friends, family, but I'm very sweet. But when I feel disrespected, then you get a different Erica. So a lot of people say, oh, Erica, you're so sweet. You never do this. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm sweet, but I'm about business. I'm sweet, but I'm about people respecting me. I'm sweet, but I don't like drama. I'm sweet, but I don't like toxic behavior. I'm sweet, but I don't let anybody play with me. I'm going to tell you something. The Erica at church is different from the Erica when I'm dating. The Erica at church is different from the Erica when we're friends. The Erica that is different from the Erica when she's doing business with people. So you have this Erica that you're dealing with, but you don't know me on a business level. When it comes to business, when it comes to me doing different things, I'm very persistent. I'm very straight to the point. This is what I want. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. I'm very straight to the point. When it comes to me, the dating Erica, I don't like drama. I don't take certain things. I don't have time for certain things. So with that being said, boundaries are important, because boundaries allow you to keep your peace. Boundaries allow you to keep your self-respect. Boundaries allow people to respect you. It's set up for you. Listen, before I had boundaries, I would let guys play with me. Period. When I say play, a guy could call you one day and don't reach back out to 4 days later, and you be like, oh, what's up? You don't tell him that he's wrong. You just, now this Erica blocked What? The audacity of you. What you think this is? See, the Erica that didn't have boundaries would let people talk to her any kind of way, being that she's saved, let everything slide. But me, wait, let me correct you. This is how I feel. Let me say this. Let's just be clear. Because a lot of people want you to be saved and stupid. Let me say that again. A lot of people want you to be saved and stupid. No, I'm saved and smart. I'm saved and straight to the point. Okay, so with that being said, I don't play games with people. I don't. I set up boundaries and I let you know what I like. Sometimes you have to set up boundaries because I'm going to tell you one thing that I've learned is, even when it comes to dating, when I don't like something, the way a guy say something, or I don't like something, I tell them straight to the point. Listen, sweetheart, I don't know who you used to date. I don't know who you used to date. But you can't talk to me like that. And with that being said, if you have to tell a guy how to speak to you, like how to be respectful, how to, just treat you like the woman that you are, then he's not for you. If I have to remind you that I am a classy woman, if you can't tell that by looking at me, if you can't tell that you ain't about to play with me when you approach me, then you're not the man for me, baby. But anyway, boundaries. You have to have boundaries, baby, because sometimes people be in your business too much. Sometimes if you allow people to dig too deep in your business, they'll be in your business too much. Let me just say this. We also have to take ownership of how much of our own business we put out. Do you hear me? We have to be mindful. One thing about me, I don't tell my business. So when I express something to somebody, I'm going to know exactly who said it. I'm going to know exactly who said it. So you have to be mindful of who you even telling your business to, boo. Because some people, I'm going to tell you something. We be thinking everybody's our friend, y'all. Everybody's not your friend. Some people your friend and know your business. Some people are intimidated by not who you are now, but who they know God has called you to be. Some people are intimidated by the things that they see inside of you. So if they can have a moment where they embarrass you, if they can have a moment where they feel like you out here looking stupid, if they can have a moment where they get a giggle, goggle, kee, ka, they gonna take it, babe. They gonna take it. They're gonna take it. Not because they don't already know you already beautiful or that you already handsome or that you already got it going on. But baby, they done already stepped into your future. A lot of people, one thing that I've realized is a lot of people see you for who you used to be. They don't necessarily see you for who God has called you to be or where you're headed. They see you for who you used to be. They never forget it. You remember when you used to do this? You remember when you used to do that? You be like, wait a minute. Baby, stop bringing up my past. I'm past it. I did it. I know I did it. I was the one. I was there. So with that being said, learn to have boundaries even when it comes to you telling people your own business. Learn who to tell what to, when to tell it to it. Do you hear me? Learn who, what, when, well. Period. And another thing, let me say this. I don't give people consistent opportunities to disappoint me. I don't let people disappoint me over and over and over and over. I don't. Back in the day, I was a little slow when it came to certain people. I ain't finna let nobody, no dude break my heart over and over and over. I ain't. Back in the day, now I was stuck on stupid. I was a little straitjacket slow. But now, I don't give people the opportunity to hurt me over and over and over and over. It's like somebody tell your business and then you tell us more business and they already told the first business. You think you're going to get a better outcome? We have to learn the art of boundaries. Listen, I know me and my man had problems. I know we had situations. We're past that. You got to learn how to keep it to yourself. You got to learn how to keep it to yourself, because one thing that I know for a fact, when you married, you ain't going to be able to do that, baby. So you might well start practicing early. You might as well start practicing early, because all that gossiping, telling your friends every single thing that goes on in your relationship, babe, your husband's not going to like that. Period. So you have to know the art of boundaries and the art of being quiet. The art of being quiet. The art of being quiet. A lot of us should practice that. Just the art of listen. So back in the day, when I kept getting my heart broke, when I kept going through situations where I was dating the wrong guys, you know, you would kind of get mad when people give you their advice and stuff like that. I know I did. You know, you get tired of people telling you that, giving you their opinion, their advice, but it's like, Erica, how can you be mad when you didn't tell them your business? How can you be mad when you didn't told them he a dog? How can you be mad when you didn't told him he don't care about you? How can you be mad when you say he only comes see you at night? How can you be mad when you knew how he was when you got? How can you be mad, sweetie? So with that being said, I had to learn the art of being quiet. I had to learn the art of, listen, if you gonna deal with it, deal with it. If you gonna let it go, let it go. Okay. And one thing I've learned is, baby, ladies, when you tired, you tired. When you tired, you tired. When you tired of people telling your business, you gonna say, I'm done with them. When you tired of people crossing you, I'm done with them. When you tired of that man hurting you, I'm done with him. When you tired of looking stupid, I'm done. I done had several stupid moments, y'all. I kid you not. I done had several of those moments, babe. So I can understand, like, in my life, I've learned so much from people crossing me, from people bringing my business up when we've had an argument. Let me just say this. I always tell people, I don't call everybody my friends. I don't consider you my friends until we have a disagreement and I see how you move. Because I'm the type of person, I'm an observer. So if I see that you're getting into it with another girl and you telling all her business, then guess what? In my mind, and you know, you've been knowing this person longer, in my mind, I wonder if this person tell this person business and they've been knowing them for years, then baby, they'll tell my business. Okay? If this man ain't no good, if this man was cheating on somebody he was with for 8 and 9 years, Pooh, he'll do it to you, okay? So with that being said, you have to learn the art of boundaries. It helps you. It helps you to become a better person. It helps you to have self-worth. It helps you to know what your likes and your dislikes are. Baby, and I'm going to tell you something. Boundaries show you what you like and what you don't. Boundaries, let me tell you something. Everything from my past allowed me to have boundaries. That don't mean you scary. That don't mean you know what I'm saying, you just too safe. That don't mean none of that. Mean I have boundaries. And guess what? The right person gonna respect it. If I call a person something and they say, listen, I don't like for you to say that. Okay, cool. I know how far to go with you. I know what you like, what you don't like. You know, I know what offends you, what don't offend you. I know, you know, if you like a joke or you don't like a joke. I need to know this because everybody is not the same. Everybody are individual people. So this person may kiki and this person will be like, I didn't find that funny. So I need to know that. So with that being said, learn the art of boundaries. So 1, learn what to tell your family and what not to tell your family when it comes to your relationship or situations you go through. Don't tell your family none if you're going to get back with the person. Don't tell your family none if you're going to get back with the person. 2, learn to have boundaries in your relationship. If you know something offended you, if you know you didn't like something, if you know something hurt your feelings, I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I am a very strong woman, but when it comes to my feelings, I would cry. Okay? So I have to tell people like that, that really hurt my feelings when you said that. It really did. But one thing about me now is when it comes to certain situations, I'm not easily offended. So if I say it hurt my feelings, you had to be low down. Period. Because I'm not one of like this, oh, he yelled, oh, like, okay, it is what it is. I understand, So with that being said, learn to have boundaries with people. If you don't like going somewhere your other friends go, baby, listen, I'm sorry. I can't go there. That's my boundary. I'm going to tell you something about my friends. I have friends that sometimes go out to the club. And one time they said, Erica, my best friend was like, hey, if you don't want to go, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to force you to go. I ain't going to force you to do this. And so I love that because she understood my boundaries. She understood that, hey, some places I can go, some places I can't go. Some things I will do, some things I don't do. Hey, even down to, if they drink or something around me, hey, you cool. Da, 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 da. So boundaries helps you. Boundaries help people to know how far to go. You know what I'm saying? What you like. You know what I'm saying? Just different things of that nature. Have boundaries. If you say it, if you know what I'm saying, different things of that nature, and you don't trust men or you have trust issues, baby, don't go over no man's house, period. If you know you didn't struggle with having sex and stuff like that, don't go why would you go over somebody's house and spend a night? If I know Erica in the past then slipped up from going over people's houses and just spending a night, then why would I put myself in that situation? Like, sweetie, I can't come over your house. It's for me and you, okay? So you have to know boundaries, y'all. You have to know how far to go. Listen, I'm not finna go over that man's house, baby. Listen, I barely want to talk to you on the phone late night because it's giving very much Barry White. Telling me it's giving Barry White, sweetheart. Do something to that ear, my inner ear, okay? So with that being said, ladies, hold on to those boundaries, baby. Hold on to those boundaries, okay? Because listen, a lot of stuff I used to accept back then, listen, me having boundaries, it makes it easy for me to cut people off. Me having boundaries, you cross me one time, I'm not finna, no. You cross me one time, that's how you are. That's how you are. Why do y'all let people constantly cross y'all? Like they gonna go to bed and they gonna change. You cross me one time and put my business on Facebook and try to bust me out. That's how you are. That's how you are, Pooh. I'm all about forgiving. Yes. But if I tell you my business, what I done done in the past, and that, and you try to bring it up in a conversation, even if you bring that back up in a conversation that we have, I'm going to look at you differently. Period. Because a person can tell me something that they didn't done in the past. Oh, I did that. Okay, cool. Period. Let me tell you something. I don't base nothing a person had done in the past to me. When it involves Erica, I have boundaries in my life. But let me tell you this. When it comes to people and why they don't talk to somebody in their past or this and that situation, I base how I treat you off how you treat me. So if I let you in my life, I'm nice to you. I support you. I uplift you. I motivate you. I'm there for you. I love you. I genuinely care for you. And you get in my life and you play with my feelings, if you get in my life and then you cross me and you be disloyal and you tell my business, if I tell you I ain't like getting whoopers when I was little and you try to hit me, okay? I'm at a place in my life where I don't give people chance after chance after chance. You got one chance, baby. You better make it count. Make it count. So, ladies, gentlemen, learn the art of boundaries. Even if you are a male and you say, listen, I dated this woman in the past, and listen, I don't like the way you talking to me. You cursing at me like she's cursing me, or you cursing at me, you yelling at me. I don't like how you don't do that. I'm gonna tell you something. I was dating this guy one time, y'all, and I had a habit at one point. When I'm mad. I'm just hanging up in your face. Period. I'm just hanging up. Like and I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like that was cool. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just like click them. And then one guy said, "Listen, I don't play that. And if you ever hang up in my face again, that's it." I was like, wow. Okay. But it wasn't until he told me like how he felt. See, sometimes we've been doing something for so long, we think that it's right. We've been communicating in a certain way for so long, we feel like it's right. And so you come across somebody else and they're like, listen, ain't none of that going on. Ain't none of that internet stuff going on. None of that going on. Because back in the day, your girl used to listen. I'm going tit for tat on the internet. You do something, you mad, I'm do something, you mad. But I've grown. Thank you, Jesus. I have grown. So I'm learning. I'm still a learning woman. So that's why I say learn the art of boundaries. This goes for men and women. Shoot, if you tell a person what you like and what you don't like in the beginning or when they do it, guess what? It'll make things better. But some people don't say nothing. Some people don't say nothing, guess what? Until they get mad. You sit up here letting this man call you out your name in the beginning of a relationship. You be, you this, you that. And then you in it, when y'all get in an argument, he say that you like this. And you call me out my name. Baby, he been calling out your name since y'all got together. Okay? So let's tell people our boundaries when we first encounter it. Because I tell people in the beginning, I didn't like how you did that. I didn't like how you addressed me. I didn't like the way you communicated with me. I didn't like the way you did this and you did that. Tell a person so that way they will know. And then after you tell them and they ignore the no, you know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you, you ignoring what I'm telling you, then that lets me know you don't care. So then at that point, I've already given you the opportunity to get it together. Then I separate myself. Listen, you guys, learn the art of boundaries this week. Remember to smile. I love you guys with the love of Christ. Be blessed. Love you. To see you lose, want to see you win. So with that being said, yeah, you may be going through, but sometimes God will allow you to go through to see how your posture is, to see how your posture is in God. See,